That American lawyer in the small office, did you check his travel documents?
I did, sir. It all checked out.
How tall are you? You could be a model.
Right.
I should get back to you. Right.
Yeah, same.
Now this is interesting, 47. A letter from Emma's mother stating that Emma is the illegitimate child of Alexa's late older brother, Montgomery. And listen to this. She claims to have witnessed Alexa and Zachary murder him. The plot thickens. A keychain pendant for the greenhouse. What's that doing in Emma and Gregory's room, I wonder? And why is the key missing?
Like that, I bet you worked with a lot of high-profile celebrities, right?
Oh, I'd love to know.
That easily.
No, you
Mr.
should
Fernsby
probably.
might. All right,
yeah.
later.
You like reading? You look really smart.
I don't care who you are or how many fans you got or with. Scratch that. I do care if you have that many people, especially it might seem cynical, but any press is good press. It's a fact.
All right, we've had a lot of hardballs today, so here's a softball. It's week 2 of the royal family's tour of Commonwealth nations, and there have been some notable hiccups along the way. What are your thoughts?
2 words, Gemma. French Revolution.
And off.
How are you today, sir?
Yeah, I can't let you pass. I'm sorry, sir. Excuse me, you're not allowed here. I'm glad we speak the same language.
Hello there, sir.
So, yeah, what you said.
You know, never lost. Great for a month and then everybody thinks they can do long distance until they actually do it. My boy.
No more circus moves.
Can't forget his eyes. They were so swollen, it didn't even look like Zachary. I couldn't believe it. Madam can't either. Why else would she have asked that detective to come in? Not
Mr. Guttenberg, hello. Yeah, listen. No, listen. I understand, but you need to talk to Anthony about that. Calm down. Yes, I understand. I'm sure we can come to some arrangement, but you really need to talk to Anthony. He's the man with the papers. Listen, you know who I am, who my grandmother is. What? Hey, back off a bit, would you? Listen, you know who I am, who my grandmother was, right? Just relax. It'll be fine. You get your returns. Don't worry. Give Anthony a call, okay?
Patrick Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death.
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary topped himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
Oh, you mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
So, 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
You always led by example rather than by words and meaningless gestures. Like hugs and encouragement. Just a single spontaneous caress, what a difference that would have made. Right. I clearly remember...
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. Anything else I can do to help?
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. but he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, mother, and the staff, all the company he had. If that's all, I have a speech.
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me. I clearly remember when I was 5. I climbed a tree and could not make my way down. I was scared and called out for help. Of all people, you heard me, and when you saw me, you climbed the tree. I was relieved that help had finally arrived. But you went down immediately and said, when a grown-up can do it, so can you, Edward. You are 5, and climbing trees is supposed to be your area of expertise. Oh, no, that won't do. You'll just think I remember this because I'm weak.
I'm just having a laugh here. Must admit, he's pretty good.
What if he believes we had something to do with Zachary's death?
Oh, please.
He's circling us. Well, I don't see him snooping around your sister. And that Alexa said something.
If I could be bothered, I'd be worried about your mental health. That's right, I'm having too much fun enjoying yourself.
Clever girl, Rebecca. She could have gone far. No, I will have to rest.
Emma Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
In my own time, Gregory. I'll wait. Right, let's get started. I want to keep this short.
I know you have a lot of questions. Some I will answer now. The rest will have to wait. First, Zachary's sudden death is a great tragedy, but also a great inconvenience, as it happened
Rebecca
just
Carlyle,
now. I'm dealing
can
with
you
the
tell me about
situation in a
yesterday
discreet
evening?
and
We don't really
efficient
see
way,
much of
and
each
I
other, my brothers
expect
and
your
I.
cooperation in
I
all
suppose
related
it takes our mother's
matters.
funeral to bring us
Secondly,
together, and even then, it's not
the
like we
arranged
sit on each other's
funeral
laps.
event tomorrow
Now, let's see.
will take place
Patrick,
as planned.
Gregory's son,
No
disappeared
one
straight
know
after dinner.
that I am still alive.
You know,
I expect
think he
you
might be
all
in
to
some
act your
sort of
part.
trouble.
Last,
Edward wanted to go as
as you
well,
all
but
know,
Gregory
I
convinced
have
him
a
to
lot
stay
on my
for a few
plate. I
drinks
need to
before they went
focus
off for a
on
pint
sorting
at the
everything
local
out,
at a
so
quarter to 9.
please do not disturb me with your
Gregory
petty
enjoys
concerns.
Edward's discomfort.
You are
Wednesday.
all adults,
I had
and as
a
part of
conference
the
call with
elite,
my New York office
you
at
will
9,
eventually
so
have to
I
deal
spent
with
3 hours on my
difficult
laptop in
situations
my
like
room.
this.
And
It
went
comes late
straight
for
to bed
most of you,
afterwards.
but
I
this
don't
is a
know about
chance for
Emma.
you to show what you are made of.
She did act
That
a bit
will
strange.
be all.
You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she
What
had
an
when Mother
exit.
arrived during breakfast.
bags
Is there
got
anything else you want to
style.
ask me?
Show what you're made of.
Tell me about Zachary.
Edward.
Did he act strange last
This is your
night?
chance.
You know, now you mention
God.
it, he was
I have
a
to
lot
finish that
more chatty
eulogy.
than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Hello, sir.
My perfect mother. Who would have thought? You fucked up.
Hey, how you doing?
Patrick token to Madame Carlisle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make the other one.
Good day to you, sir.
Is there anything else you want to ask me? You are way too close to me and you're really freaking me out. Can you just leave me, please?
You look tanned.
I can feel that.
Uh-huh.
About Emma was turned too busy for my taste.
Tell me.
Elaine says she saw her on the top floor, stroking the door to Alexa's office. I kid you not.
She can't wait to get her hands on Thornbridge Manor.
How are things coming along inside? Is everything ready for tomorrow?
Funeral tomorrow? Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere. I never thought of it that way. Oh, God. It's such a big responsibility having a baby. I have to protect it, right?
Rosie, tell me what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I?
You're not gossiping.
I spent the evening with Patrick.
Good.
We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you?
How are things coming along
She'd
outside?
insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will.
I would say so,
She's
Mr.
always
Fernsby.
going on about how
As long as
things
the
will
birds
change
don't
once
make
she's
too
in
much of a
charge of
mess.
Thornbridge Manor.
May I add that the Undertaker, Mr. Parsons, is not happy about putting on a pretend funeral. He's worried about his reputation if it gets out.
Yes, I expected.
I stop thinking about Emma all the time. But it makes me so angry.
What is it now?
Told now for not making a bed the way she prefers it. It's so unfair. Just discovered Zachary's dead body and was all shook up. I tried to tell her.
one guest will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral stuff just now. I know I have to, but Amy thinks she might be pregnant. I'm going to be a dad.
You'll be fine, Robin. Kids are great.
Yes.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger bore. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry from my intricate intellect?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing, really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
I don't believe for a second that Zachary committed suicide. We'd only just run through his plan for the spring seedlings yesterday.
But he was upset believing his sister was dead.
I'd say worried about how things will be handled with Gregory and Emma taking over. I said they let him stay here, but Ethel was sure Emma would throw him out first chance she got. And now we'll never know.
How are you, sir?
So many of us here, we'll get everything we planned for the next few months done in 3 days.
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
painkillers. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
Greetings, sir.
Yeah, keep it real.
Okay. Oh.
marvelous, if you prefer my calling it.
Now Zachary won't get to see the rhododendron ferruginum blossom.
I was
They were his favourite.
I don't know, thinking about what... I understand why you're so upset. Oh, it's such a shock to all of us. Well, anyway, I'll be outside.
Broken lab equipment. It looks like it was recently used, though.
This is a table showing lethal dosages for the poison used to kill Zachary.
Something is circled, 47. Female, age 65 to 79, 60 to 64 kilograms. I'd say Madame Carlyle is next in line for a poisoning. You have uncovered enough evidence to tell Madame Carlyle that Emma is the murderer. Quite the detective, 47. I'm impressed. I suggest you go tell Mr. Fernsby. Unless you think there are more secrets to uncover.
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
Hi there.
This is Madame Carlyle's office. Please step inside.
Is that?
Your detective skills have gained you access to the Lion's Den, 47. Now, go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat, please. Go ahead.
Your niece, Emma Carlyle, murdered your brother Zachary.
My niece? Emma is not my niece. She's my daughter-in-law.
And your niece. Emma is the illegitimate child of your late older brother Montgomery, who you and Zachary killed 46 years ago.
That's preposterous.
You asked me to find out what happened to Zachary. Would you rather not know?
No. No, go on.
I found a letter from Emma's mother, Jane, who was the fiancée of your older brother at the time of his death. She witnessed how you and Zachary pushed him off the balcony. She believed you did it to steal the Carlyle empire from her and her unborn child. And she raised Emma to reclaim what she lost. Marry your heir, Gregory, get revenge, and secure the Carlyle empire for her bloodline generations to come.
Emma is the daughter of Montgomery and that local girl, Jane.
She is.
Well, the girl got it wrong. I didn't steal anything. I did what was necessary to protect the future of the Carlyles. Montgomery wasn't cut out to take over from father. All heart and no balls.
Emma used the funeral gathering to speed up her installment as the lady of the house, seizing the opportunity to stage Zachary's suicide. She did her homework, used a poison made from one of Zachary's rare plants, found old floor plans from Thornbridge Manor to gain access to his room through a secret passage.
That scheming bitch.
More than you think. I found proof that she will try to poison you next.
Well, I'll have to take care of that. Thank you, Mr. Whitmer. You have not disappointed. I promised you I would reward you generously if you solved the case. So, what do you suggest?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Edwards, the constant. But how do you... Oh, I see. I expected you might show up. But to kill me, not help me. But I've been wrong on so many things lately, so why not this one? I will give you the file on Edwards. You've earned it. I don't suppose I could convince you to deal with my daughter-in-law now you're here. I would like to see her dead. No? What a shame. I'll have to see to it some other way then. The file you want is in the safe. God, I hope you get Edwards and make him hurt.
Sir.
I need some privacy. Thank you.
Good work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle. Mission complete. Well done, 47.
I think some bad shit's going down. Would you please go with me?
Step back. I'll go and check.
47. They're everywhere. Go, get out! It's the Constantine! Shit!